welcome to Too Many Spirits. We're going to drink too many spirits while talking about too many spirits.
What?
You're supposed to say it with me.
Oh.
Too many spirits.
I was supposed to know that?
Yeah. I'm
Too
Ryan
many.
Bergara.
If we came together as one, it would be Ryan Bergara.
Yeah. It's not too many spirits, but we are stealing the idea. So we made some beverages, alcoholic beverages, and we are going to talk about our favorite movies in some very specific categories and debate over which one is better, and whoever wins gets something.
How do we know who wins?
We decide.
We decide?
We decide.
Alright, I have already decided that I'm gonna win every time.
We have our drinks. Our first drink.
You wanna see how we made them?
Mojito time. It's time to make a mojito.
Alright, so first off, we'll need 10 fresh mint leaves.
10?
Easy. Alright. So it says 3 wedges for each mojito.
Oh, it smells good.
Mm.
Also, as you can see, we have a really stable table here to do
Stable
our
table.
shopping on.
Use your muddler.
Or an ice cream scoop.
These are muddlers
100%.
for now. And you muddle. You just... Now, we will need to get 2 tablespoons each of some sugar.
We treating ourselves tonight. That seems like a lot of sugar.
Oh yeah. Put the remaining wedges in there. And muddle.
Again?
Yes.
Alright.
Isn't stable table, like, said to be the most beautiful phrase in the English language? Oh no, that's cellar door. Now we get our ice.
Okay.
It says fill to the top with ice, but, oh shit. We are limited on ice. Just cut around this. So, our clean ice. 1.5 ounces of white rum for each of us. And then half a cup of club soda.
Half a cup.
Oh yeah.
Tastes great.
That's really good.
That's a really good drink. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought a fun thing to do is to take a shot for every alcohol that we use. No? Cheers. Chasing it with alcohol. It's
That
badass.
tastes much better. Oh. So we have 3 categories we're going to be talking about tonight. And with each category, we're going to be drinking another drink. So originally we planned to just drink these and then come on camera. But then Omar decided that we were going to take shots every time.
I suggested.
But then we did it.
Yeah.
We've chosen 3 categories, and we're going to talk about our favorite movies from each one. The first one being movies based on a book. The second one being movies whose plot takes place within 24 hours. And the last being movies that star Arnold Schwarzenegger. I have note cards because I'm a good student and I care about this. Somebody else doesn't have note cards.
If you're able to memorize every single thing that you think of, you don't need to write anything down. One day I'll be able to do that. I didn't remember to write anything down, but I did watch the movies pretty recently, except for one. All but one I watched today, so I think that's pretty good.
Instead of taking any notes or writing anything down, you just watch the movies.
I took them in. I absorbed the movies.
Well, I would say that's valid preparation for this.
Yeah, I think so.
So the first category, we're going to be debating are movies based on a book.
Awesome.
So, my choice was Jurassic Park. Now, I battled so hard between this and The Shining because I have read both The Shining and Dr. Sleep, and also Jurassic Park and The Lost World. Jurassic Park series might be my favorite book series, those two together, because I love science fiction and I love like the nerdy breaks he takes to talk about like the science in the realm that he lives in, you know, like the story that this concept exists in. I think it's such a good book. It's such a good series. They're both great books and I love them equally. The movie adaptation obviously isn't as gory or horror themed or adult like the books are. Jurassic Park has to be one of my favorite experiences. Like, I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite movies, but every time I rewatch Jurassic Park, I remember why I loved it the first time I saw it. You know, I just enjoy it every time. I love the characters. I couldn't imagine anybody else playing those characters. That's how like natural everything seems. It's such a really, really good rendition of this story because it's definitely not the same. I love the book, and that's why I wanted to pick this one, because I wanted it to be something that I knew the book version and the movie version very well. The practical effects in Jurassic Park are extraordinary. I mean, entire dinosaurs made in real life and like operated in real life. That's amazing. That's amazing. And it never ages because of how good the construction of the practical effects are. The last thing I want to say is just how much of an adventure this movie is. Like, every time you watch it, you're transported to that universe and you're able to experience the reality of what that would be like. Which is why I like it so much. It's so realistic, even though it's something so not real, you know? So that's why I love Jurassic Park, and that's why it's my favorite movie based on a book.
That's a good choice. I like how, although it's not as horror-based as the book, it's still got a lot of horror elements in it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's what Steven Spielberg is really good at. I've always loved movies like that, where you can feel totally safe, but then like totally not safe.
Yep.
During another scene.
What's your
So
favorite movie based on a book?
My favorite movie based on a book. This isn't my favorite movie based on a book. This movie I chose because of how special it is and how much I like it. And I'm sad to say I haven't read the book.
Aww.
But no. But
Aww.
the movie is completely different from the book.
Okay.
The movie is Annihilation, and its director is Alex Garland. It came out in 2018, and the writer of the book is Jeff Vandermeer. And Annihilation is actually the first part of a series that he writes. I chose Annihilation because of how much I love the movie, and how much it is set to stray from the book. So I don't feel like I'm cheating too much.
I mean, I know I had that whole spiel about me wanting to
I read The Shining and I read Jurassic Park, and I just love to read. No,
I do love to read,
no,
but...
I mean, so do I. I've read Jurassic Park and The Lost World, and those are great books. I've read other books that movies are based on. I Am Number 4. That's a great teen superhero series. The reason I like Annihilation so much is because just how beautiful it is. How beautiful it is in literal visuals, how beautiful it is in the story arc, the way it's told, the music, the sound effects, literally everything. There's beauty thrown everywhere. And a lot of the story is centered around beauty, around the beauty of chaos and destruction, and reforming life from that. There are so many parts where things are wilted down, burned up, incinerated, beaten, eaten. A lot of biodegradable matter degrades. The third act is flawless. It has you captivated. It's a kaleidoscope, and it literally mesmerizes you. The book, I'm sure, is amazing. It has the same elements of the story and plot, although it, goes a totally different way. I think it's a really pretty movie.
I love Alex Garland. He's able to take these terrible, disgusting elements of life
Mm-hmm.
or scary elements of life and make them something good and beautiful.
Something beautiful, exactly.
Beautiful.
Even in the horror, even in the, like I said, the degradation.
The literal gore.
The decay. Overall, though, for this round, I think you win.
I think I win too.
Annihilation is beautiful. It's strangers to a new world, kind of like Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I think for Jurassic Park, the strangers are the dinosaurs this time.
Yeah.
And just like Annihilation, it shows you how humans are kind of just watching nature unravel.
Yeah.
And all nature needs is humans to step aside.
Exactly.
And so I think those two movies mirror each other in that way.
I could have came up here and given a bad argument, and it could have failed. But because Jurassic Park is Jurassic Park, and because it's based on the book it's based on, and because Steven Spielberg directed it, it's just a classic.
It's gotta win.
It's gotta win.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
To Jurassic Park. Now for our second category, with our second drinks.
Old fashioned.
Old fashioned. Would you like to see how we made these?
So for our second drink, we will be making old fashions.
Old fashions.
Old fashions, sorry. So first, we're gonna mix 1.5 ounces, or 3 ounces of whiskey.
Whiskey.
I drink whiskey. 1 ounce of simple syrup. If you want it a little sweeter, you can slip in a little more than that, you know what I mean?
You know we gotta get that extra glug glug, baby.
Glug glug.
Okay, that's it.
Stable table.
Stable table.
4 dashes of aromatic bitters.
Bitters.
A hardly know word. So now we put it in here. Now while I shake this up,
Okay.
you can just slice that in half and then just cut a ring off of it.
Like a slice.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't want you to think it was like a wedge, you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you almost elbowed me. Okay, good.
Wow, that's not a lot of drink. You know what I mean?
I guess it's a sip and drink.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the nice ball of ice.
You can have it if you want.
No, it's because he drinks whiskey. He deserves it.
And just drop it in there.
Okay.
Like a little orange spiral. Wow, okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
I want to put some lime juice in there.
Okay, wow, are you sure?
Yes.
Alright, cool. No problem.
What did I just do?
Just take it out and post.
I'm scared.
Whiskey neat. Oh, that's good.
That's actually pretty good.
That's really good.
I think it needs more orange though. It's shot time.
Shot time.
I don't want to do it. I put simple syrup and orange juice in this, and I'm chasing it with a naked juice.
Get mine.
My body feels ready after
Whiskey.
smelling this.
Alright.
We did it. For our second category, we are talking about movies whose plot takes place in 24 hours or in an entire day.
Alright, so for mine, I chose Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. So the movie starts October 30th at night, and it ends October 31st around the same time at night. The reason I chose this one as my favorite is because After a lot of thinking, I honestly think it's my favorite Halloween movie. That's not saying that the original isn't the greatest. It is. John Carpenter, without him, we wouldn't have the Halloween that we have now. The story was written before John Carpenter entered the scene, but without him, we wouldn't have the iconic song, the iconic music, and everything that makes Michael Myers who he is. The Michael Myers sequel that is known as The Return of Michael Myers, honestly, it has such good storytelling. Every character has their own part to play, and they play it so well. From the side characters who are just the teenage friends to the preacher who picks Dr. Loomis up. Everybody is amazing.
You want some?
Everybody has something worthy to say. And it inspired a lot of what we have in Halloween Kills now, the latest Halloween movie, which is also a masterpiece. I think any Halloween movie has its part to play, honestly, except for Halloween 6 and Halloween Resurrection. I know that they're different.
All you whores out there that like the Rob Zombie Halloween movie, watch it again, okay? And if you still like it, I respect your opinion. But if you watch it and realize you don't like it, yeah, that's right, bitch.
Halloween 4, the shots are incredible. It came out in 1988, where it was really the height of 1980s horror franchises. Halloween does not have its height in the 80s, unless you count my favorite, Halloween 4. I think it really resets the timeline to where they really know where they're going. It's a continuation of the second film. I love Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch, but it has nothing to do with Jamie Lee Curtis's character or the story arc of Michael Myers. I think 4 is a good way to ramp you back up, to get you back in the lane of where Halloween is going. And if you watch Halloween Kills, you'll see a lot of homage to Halloween 4. The mob mentality. I think Halloween 4 has the best arc with the most cast members of any Halloween movie.
Well, yeah, and you have like one of the main leads being a child who is an amazing actor.
Perfect.
Her facial expressions are enough to get you there. That's why she doesn't fucking speak in Halloween 5, okay? It's because she doesn't need to. She doesn't need to talk to emote what she's feeling. But yeah, I think it's a great movie. I think anyone who discounts the sequels hasn't seen all of them. Because, especially with Halloween, there's 3 different sections. There's 3 different iterations of the story and how they build off on it, And I think this iteration is really interesting. I don't love every aspect, but the movie itself is a great movie.
Oh yeah, the end reveal, everything. It turns it into something completely new. And I think the first bad Halloween movie is actually the 5th one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers.
That's
best movie that takes place within 24 hours.
Alright. The movie that is my favorite from this category that takes place in a single day is Jeepers Creepers. Ayo! Now, we don't condone the director, okay? I just want to say that right now. We don't condone sexual predators of any kind, so it's a perfect movie. Now, I use that phrase a lot. I love movies. I enjoy the good and the bad in all movies. And Jeepers Creepers is such a good experience. It has everything you want out of a movie. And it takes place within a single day. It's got interesting and intriguing characters with good backstories. It has amazing actors who play those characters. It has a simple yet complex villain and horror elements that you don't see coming. And it also reaches this point at the end where the villain is revealed to you. You see the monster at the end of the movie. I think that in itself makes a perfect movie. The element of tension in this movie and in the sequel, which, by the way, happens on the same night, okay? So technically, the 1 and 2 happen at the same time. So I could include both of them because they're both good movies. But the original is better for sure. The element of tension to create this terrifying yet kind of campy horror movie. I mean, it is perfect. Every element is unique to this character. Every little piece of his story. And I know that it's based on a graphic novel, which I think is sick. And I just love that so much, that they created this movie and created this villain who is really scary, yet who you can go back to this movie and keep watching it and enjoy it every time.
Oh, yeah.
You can watch this with anybody and have a good time. Even people who don't like horror movies, because it gets scary, okay? It gets really scary. There are no boundaries in this movie. With the special effects, with the acting, with the horror elements, with the tension, with the world building. I mean, every single piece of this is spot on. It is top notch. It is like peak horror, for me at least, because I love something that doesn't take itself too serious. Very fun to watch, even though what you're seeing is very brutal and gory and scary at times. It is still so good. Even when you get to that insane, brutal ass ending. Maybe it's my preference to horror, but Jeepers Creepers is one of my favorites. And to have taken place in a single day, I mean, it's just like an aspect of the story. Like, you don't even need that much time to feel the terror, because it's this monster that's coming out every 27 years to feed, you know? Like, that's his thing, and I think that's just such a cool concept that they nailed. They nailed this concept. But it's my favorite movie that takes place in 24 hours.
True. That's one of the first horror movies that I watched through and through. Honestly, I didn't like horror when I was that age. I was always drawn to Jeepers Creepers. The cryptic backstory to the creeper, the characters you meet along the way that have already been talked about by the psychic, who is also a side character of her own.
Yes.
The cat lady. Mm-hmm. Everything in that movie makes it such an enjoyable ride through and through. I think it was great in the practical effects department. The creation of the creeper is incredible. Insane.
His wings.
It adds more depth to his backstory, just how amazing he is.
And they use it in the story, which I think is amazing. Like, the real presence of his physical body in the real world helped to create the ending of the first movie, which is amazing.
Truly a great movie, and that's why I think you win this round too.
Hey, I mean, maybe it's just my taste in movies, but they kind of speak for themselves.
I mean, like the last round, you can't compare Jeepers Creepers to Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers.
But they're both good movies.
If you're gonna put one against the other, Jeepers Creepers is original, it's scary, it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
Halloween 4 is extremely entertaining, but it's not better, so you win.
I mean, I'm very passionate about this movie, so I believe I win.
It's great.
Well.
It's great.
But Halloween 4 is a great movie. I mean, if you haven't given the time to watch the series, if you haven't watched any horror series, watch the Halloween series.
Just watch it up to 4.
Watch it up to 4. And then you can stop.
If you get to 4, you're going to watch Halloween 2018. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. It's so good. Really I love those movies, and I can't wait for Halloween Ends.
It's going to be great. I mean, I love them, and people just need to understand, it's Halloween, baby. Like, they're not focused on the consistency. They're focused on the goodness of the movie, okay? Like, if you can accept that, you'll like the series.
Michael Myers will live forever.
Forever and ever and ever. Even when evil dies tonight, okay? No. No.
Spirit Cam. Ryan.
It's margarita time!
Margaritas!
Unlabeled margaritas!
Just cut it out in post.
Now, we're doing margaritas because... Do you really have to know? I mean, you can look at us and know what we're doing margaritas.
It's the easiest thing to make right now.
That's what we need, alright?
Alright, so we'll need 1.5 ounces of tequila.
Okay.
4.5 ounces of margarita mix.
Whoa. Here's the thing about me. I don't like tequila. I don't like liquor, okay?
And this was your idea.
Hell yeah. Perfecto.
Oh yeah.
So.
Stable table.
Okay, now, based on your own rules, you have to do a shot.
Yes, shot time.
I'm squeezing your line in here, if you don't mind.
I will be taking a shot. Gracie will be catching up on her drinks.
I haven't finished this one.
Shot time. Woo! Let's get to the numbers. There was a lady who used to babysit me when I was a kid, and her name was Margarita. Yeah.
I'm jealous. I want a babysitter named Margarita.
Yeah, Margarita was nice. She was married to this guy named Juan or something, and he didn't have an eye. He would chase me around the house, gaping his eyeless hole at me, you know. It was pretty scary.
This sounds like a horror movie.
So the next category.
The next category is movies starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. My favorite movie starring him has to be Total Recall. And that's just like an obvious thing for me. I mean, I mentioned it in my last video, and there's so many reasons why I love it. Not just because it's sci-fi and I prefer sci-fi, but the fact that it is such a good conspiracy sci-fi. Conspiracy in this movie is amazing. The fact that even at the very end, when you know everything that's happened, you have seen everything that's happened, you still are like, but did it though? But was that real? You know, like, wasn't all a dream? That kind of thing is so amazing to me. That's why I love this genre, because you're left to just figure it out for yourself. Besides all of the amazing practical effects, which are obvious to appreciate, like the pure elements they provide to make it something real just blow me away. I can't even imagine anyone else other than him playing this character. I think that's why I love it so much and why it's my favorite movie that he stars in. That's why this movie is my favorite, is because not only is it a great movie with a great story and great characters, it's made better by him starring in it.
This is the best movie that showcases Arnold as an actor, as a producer, as a creator. He's amazing. He's wondrous in his ideas, in his acting skills. He's such a likable person already. It makes him a likable actor from the start. Mm-hmm. It combines the best elements of any action genre, mm-hmm. and it makes it into something completely new, with all the ultra violence that you need, with the incessant gore, and the perfect practical effects. My pick for this genre of Arnold Schwarzenegger is Terminator 2.
Terminator 2, baby.
The best movie Arnold Schwarzenegger has ever been in. James Cameron directed this movie in 1991, and this movie is flawless. It takes every element from the first Terminator movie and makes it into something worth watching.
Yeah.
The first Terminator movie is a perfect horror movie where instead of a supernatural monster, you get a cyborg from the future hunting you down. And then he releases the second movie without telling you that the cyborg who was hunting the main character down in the first movie, he's actually the hero.
Yes.
And he plays it so well. The way the movie transpires when you learn, oh wait, Arnold Schwarzenegger is the fucking good guy?
He's the good guy!
Like, when I was a kid, I was like, fuck, I really need a Terminator in my life. You watch the movie over again, you'll realize that Terminator didn't kill one person in that movie. The only thing he killed was the evil Terminator. And so that's why I think Terminator wins. Terminator 2 is better than Total Recall.
Okay.
I think Arnold Schwarzenegger, the best movie he's been in is Total Recall.
But the best movie is
But the
Terminator
best movie
2.
is Terminator 2.
I mean, I'm leaning towards you. The thing that's holding me back is my love for the movie, so I guess you have to win so my bias doesn't get in the way.
If there's 3 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies that you need to watch, it's Commando, Total Recall, and Terminator 2.
Yep.
I mean, there's also Predator. The score,
Oh, yeah.
how perfect the Terminator 2 score is. I don't even remember what Total Recall sounds like. But Terminator 2. Dun, 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 dun. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger in Total Recall more, but I love Terminator 2 more than I love Total Recall. And that's why I think Terminator 2 takes the cake. So, from 3 categories, the winner with 2 is Gracie.
Yeah!
Now you get to take a shot as your reward.
No. As you can see, some of us have finished our drinks. Okay. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I had a great time. I'm sure he did too.
I had an amazing time.
I had so much fun filming this and so much fun creating this in real life. I'm so glad that we did it. It was really fun. I haven't been this drunk in a long time. I haven't been this spirited in a long time. I'm Ryan Bergarda. Thank you for coming to Too Many Spirits. We'll see you next time.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, if you're watching this, I love you.
I love you, man.
Please adopt me. I'd love to be the Prince of California.
Thank you so much for tuning in for this little bit that we had. Yeah, I've had too many spirits. Good night.